Hey Cancer, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be your weekly reading. I'm recording it on June 15th. We're in Gemini season for a few more days. We just had that full moon in Sagittarius on the 14th, so if you have Sag in your chart, you might have felt that especially strong. But let's get to it and see what comes up for you, Cancer. What do we have for the week ahead for Cancer? Okay, we have the Four of Swords. Let's get another one. Get this one. We got the Ten of Swords. Seven of Cups. The Judgment. So there's an energy here of someone who's recovering from a painful loss or some kind of an ending. An ending that was not easy. So there is someone recovering, and they're looking at their options, and they're considering with the Judgment going back to an option of the past. Whatever that has to do. If it's a person, a place, a job, you let it resonate for you as it's supposed to. But there's something about reassessing a past option here. Okay. Could be you're experiencing someone coming back around from the past, maybe because they just got dumped or something. And they're trying to heal maybe with someone familiar. Let me know if you've ever been in that situation, huh? I also am getting a message about someone who snores and then the other person can't sleep if the person is snoring. You got the Chariot. So there you are under that Four of Swords. There also could be some kind of rough dream. Because Four of Swords, Ten of Swords, Seven of Cups could be someone is sleeping and they have some kind of a rough dream that shakes them up. And the Judgment, it could be something about your past. You got the Ten of Wands under the Ten of Swords. There's definitely an ending. Someone's going through an ending right now. Something ended. The Queen of Swords. The King of Wands. Oof, someone may have gotten a little feisty. The Queen of Swords definitely speaks her mind. She listens, but she speaks her mind. And next to that King of Wands, the King of Wands could definitely be a fight. With the Queen of Swords, a very feisty energy. So someone might have said something a little bit heated. I'm getting something about a bracelet, a gold bracelet. Okay, what else do we have for Cancer? So we got the Fool. So after the ending, there's a focus on something brand new, right? Okay. Possibly with the Chariot to the Fool, some of you might be making sure that you're rested because you're going to go on some kind of a vacation or a trip somewhere you've never been before. There's definitely an idea here if something is over, it's definitely over. Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, and with the Five of Swords, it's because it's just a big headache. And if it's not something that's totally over, if this is about going and traveling somewhere, moving, could be relocating somewhere new or traveling somewhere brand new. It's an idea of you're so over all the burdens that you've been going through recently. You're so worn down and it's just such a headache. You're ready to just leave it all behind. Okay, so we got the Justice. So Queen of Swords with Justice underneath, strong Libra. I don't know, Cancer, if you were dealing with a Libra because it shows the Seven of Cups, which is a card for Cancer, and then the Queen of Swords, Justice underneath it. Nine of Cups, bottom of the deck. For someone out there with the Nine of Cups, the Five of Swords, I feel like someone's got a headache because they drank too much. Or that's going to happen this week. So I feel like someone might be celebrating an ending or like coping with an ending by like going out and going hard. So with the justice next to it, there's an idea of like caution, just be balanced. Like you don't want to feel like crap the next day, which it happens sometimes. Let's see, what do we have here for? Tell me about this painful ending. Why is it so painful? Why is this so painful? It's painful because you really like the person. Or they really liked you. Whatever it is. Whoever this is painful for, it was an end to some kind of emotional connection. And I don't know, there's this... You know what it's making me think of? I went through like a really traumatic breakup several years ago. And I had like that first night where I was able to like get sleep afterwards, like real deep sleep. I had like this crazy dream, and it felt like the two of us were in the dream together, and it was so weird. And like I sat up in bed like and woke up from it, and that's what it's making me think of. Like you got the hangman. And that's about a new perspective here. A new perspective on your options, also a new perspective about going back to the past. So maybe you're realizing with your options that going back to the past is not a good idea. Maybe the past is the past, because under that you have the Ten of Wands again. It's like, maybe where you need to be going, Cancer, with the Chariot is towards that Fool, towards something brand new. Yeah, I keep thinking about that dream I had. I don't know if anyone out there has had something like that happen recently or it happens this week. Please let me know. I got the Five of Swords. It's too much of a headache. This situation's too much of a headache. You don't want to go back to someone that causes a headache. So, let's see. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I'm getting a message here too, Cancer. Like, you need someone who's more like you. Because I see you here with the Chariot. With the Chariot representing like the light and the dark side here. And then I see all these people next to it. Ten of Wands, Queen of Swords, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. There's no other water sign next to you. I'm seeing actually, like here with the Nine of Cups, that's a card of Pisces. Hangman, the new perspective, Pisces. Ace of Cups, Pisces. I feel like you need someone who has more water in their chart. Or like maybe you need someone who's just more like you. It's just an indication, like as a water sign, it's telling me like you have all this burden and like this heaviness here, and it's with these people who are, none of them are other water signs. Which they don't have to actually be a water sign. You could date someone or whatever this is. You could get close to someone who is not the same sign as you. That's fine. But the idea is like when it comes down to it on a like person to person level, you need to have more in common. It's like you're spending time pursuing these options with people who don't have much in common with you. And that's why it's like a headache. You probably argue about things. Five of Swords twice. You probably have arguments because you don't have the same point of view. It's like you have different beliefs. You're just too different, possibly. Because it's like you get this Queen of Swords here, which is about like talking and listening. And then the Five of Swords twice is about a headache. And you have Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands here. So there's an idea of like perfectionism or possibly like working to have nice things to... it's like someone who could be materialistic, the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So there's materialism. There's someone who might be a workaholic. Ace of Wands, it could be all based about sexual connection. It's like the main thing I'm getting here is if this is your story or if this is just someone in your energy that's like confiding in you about what they're going through, the person who this is about needs someone who's more like them. Like someone who has things in common with them. It shouldn't be about sex. that's bringing two people together. It shouldn't be about like the surface. It shouldn't be about material wealth. It shouldn't be about like someone who's also like a perfectionist or like overly like detailed could be like very challenging for a certain type of personality who doesn't like to be so like there's certain people who are especially Virgos. I'm a Virgo sun, I'll admit it. I like it's like at times like it's almost like crippling OCD. And like a lot of people can't handle that, you know? It's like especially in a connection, it's like it's one thing if a person has certain tendencies and they acknowledge that and they don't hold people to the same expectations that they hold themselves. But if they do, if let's say you're going to try even if it's about like a roommate. Let's say you're trying to get a roommate and you live with someone who's like a neat freak and like likes everything organized. If you're the type of person that has stuff scattered all over the place and has a pile of dishes in the sink and like you don't really give a shit, are you going to get along with someone who's constantly going to be on your ass about everything being perfect? Like you need to be with people that like you have like a better understanding of how things work when you're together. Okay? That's what I'm getting here. Tell me about the Fool. The Nine of Swords. There's fear of like the new. It's like more comfortable for someone to keep going back to the past here. When they think about their options after there's an ending, they think about past options because they fear the new. The Moon, the Queen of Swords, the Two of Cups. The Page of Pentacles. There's some kind of unresolved emotional stuff here because the Moon is like illusion and deep emotion, and then with that Queen of Swords, with this one especially, that's not about emotion. It's about like fact and like opinion. This one, she has her cup in a cage. So when I see this deck with the Queen of Swords, which you've already had the Queen of Swords in another deck, when I see this, I think of someone who's emotionally cut off. It's like also the other thing here too is getting involved with people who are like emotionally cut off or possibly like emotional like manipulators or liars. Like well, I mean the Moon is also a card for Cancer, right? So I don't know if this has to do with you where you fear something new because of some kind of like emotional guardedness in a connection. Two of Cups. I'm getting the thing like I don't know if you feel like someone else has your heart, or someone feels like you have their heart, but there's worry about getting into it's worry about the unknown. Page of Pentacles. I feel like someone here just wants commitment, but again, if it's gonna be something that works, you have to like have enough in common. You have the Four of Wands reversed, so that's contrasting. It's like you go the Page of Pentacles and then the Four of Wands reversed. Three of Swords. Oof. So if someone got rejected for commitment, someone got rejected for an engagement, someone got rejected for a marriage. It could have been like a failed marriage or failed engagement. And that pain, that lingering pain in the heart is what keeps someone scared of the new. Okay, you have artwork. I'm getting the word embroidery. Storm warning. So just a heads up, this week you might get some rough weather. Change of plans. The weather might cause a change in plans. There's also something here too with the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. I don't know if there's a fire sign involved who's going to be involved with this change of plans, or you might be changing how you take control over like a situation involved with like sex or intimacy. You have time for a vacation, and I got that too. I was like, if someone's kind of fed up, they might just want a vacation here. You might go to a place that's known as a very artistic city with the artwork and the vacation matching each other. And you have spiritual gift. So I feel like ultimately with that 7 of Cups, I feel like you might want someone who has similar spiritual beliefs to you, or that you could at least talk about your spirituality with, and they'll like listen to it, Queen of Swords, like genuinely. Because I have friends who have tried to, date people who did not approve of them being into tarot and whatever, and it doesn't work. It's like one thing to not be into it, but to still like engage the person and listen, which is not ideal. It's nice to share like beliefs with a person, right? But if you have a person who's constantly saying what you're doing is wrong, or like, that's bad, then it's not gonna last. So a little bit of a lecture here. A little bit of a lecture for you, Cancer, whether it's for you or someone that's in your situation this week that's going through this. That's what I have. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please thumbs up and subscribe. Comment, let me know how I'm doing, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.